Well, yeah. So it's been a couple of hours. I After that final, I thought it would be best, suddenly have a thing about it rather than just talk, animate it just right off the cuff after seeing all that. Went up for a nice walk up Colonial Knob. It's a beautiful day here in Pori Road, New Zealand, and it's about, let's say, it's just over nearly 3 hours since the final whistle blew on the Rugby World Cup Final, and yeah, I've had some time to think about it. Um, After let all the emotions die down, because yeah, firstly, obvious that was a very tense final. Wouldn't say it was the best ever final. I think look more on that shortly. But look, congratulations to South Africa and the Springboks, and yeah, I was also congratulations to the All Blacks. Look, I guess I think both sides thoroughly deserve to be in a final, and yeah, look, I mean the All Blacks deserve, congratulations on a really good tournament, and it's disappointing. I think we should still be very proud of the boys. Look, it's I think we need to look, the media is going to have a go at Wayne Barnes, and it's going to trigger a bit of a social media storm on Facebook and etc. and Twitter, which is why I've deleted Facebook for today. But yeah, so look, I mean, I think obviously as an All Black, in New Zealand we get the Sky Sports commentary, so there is a bit of bias. Certainly, granted, this bit is admittedly a bit one-sided, and of course you've got former All Blacks like Mills Muliaina in there, so it can be quite hard to look at things, from a completely unbiased point of view. But yeah, I think what we can agree is that some of the calls were perhaps a little bit hard to explain. Look, I think I think ultimately, I guess it's probably a good time to talk about World Rugby's. Firstly, I think Wayne Barnes did a really good job as a referee. It's a tough game to officiate, and I thought his calls were very clear. He explained it. He handled RD Severe and Cy Cleese pretty well. And look, the TMO did what he did. Look, I think if there was one criticism, I guess is this, the World Rugby, they seem really intent on ensuring that all mistakes are eliminated. Anything missing is, anything that's unspotted is picked up. And I guess, is this what World Rugby wants? And I guess rugby fans who've grown, used to, who remember days when, there's hardly any involvement of TMOs, will say no, because it just results in a stop-start affair like we saw, and that really, certainly, I think that's definitely helped the South Africans, who are always intent on slowing it down. He did a brilliant job. They just played defensively, just throughout the bomb squad. And look, I think you've got to give them credit too, because you've got to remember they did not play with a specialist hooker for a good 60 minutes. I think maybe more than that. John Furry, of course, yeah, look, never expected his lineups to be perfect, but yeah, I think it was only late in the second half before he finally nailed one. But I guess, what did you expect against Sam Whitelock and Scott Barrett? But look, he did well given the situations, and I think for the All Blacks, maybe we didn't quite capitalize on that. But having said that, look, Peter Steph Dutoy, who was named man of the match, I think certainly deserves it. I mean, although Artie Seville was absolutely heroic after leading the All Blacks, and certainly was absolutely he pretty much carried the entire team as he has. Maybe could this performance confirm him as the World Rugby Player of 2023? Maybe, who knows? But yeah, look, I think that he certainly put up a very good case for that award. So yeah, we've got to talk about the biggest, certainly the biggest moment of the game, most crucial moment of the game, and of course that's when Sam Cane was sent to the bin initially, put on review for a shoulder elbow to the head, which technically is correct. It's a red card, and I guess I really hope for Sam Cane. I really hope for Sam Cane that people lay off him. I think there will be people going to certainly be going to lay into him, and that's they're not real rugby fans. But yeah, look, I send all my love, and I hope all rugby fans, not just New Zealanders, but everyone, just sends love. Look, he's certainly the last couple 4 years have not been particularly kind to the All Black captain. And I guess, on paper, if you're, All Black captain getting sent off so early in the game in the first red card ever in the Rugby World Cup final, it's something he's going to have to live with. It's look, certainly I hope that people. I think we put aside. I think we make a stand against trolling on him. Look, Sam Cane has done so much for New Zealand rugby, and if this is his last game, then look, it's a sad way to go out. But I think that shouldn't overshadow what has been a really, really successful career for the All Blacks. And look, I mean, the captaincy may have been a bit of a poison chalice for him. It might not have been a universally popular choice, but yeah, I mean, he's a human like all of us, and he'd be absolutely gutted with, with what happened. And look, this is the beauty of sport. You had like Sam Cane, who looked absolutely gutted after that decision to red card him. And then you of course you flipped, right to the end of the game, and Cheslin Kolbe looked absolutely devastated to be yellow carded, effectively for the rest of the game, hiding his head under his shirt. Look, these guys are individuals. They play with their hearts. They didn't mean to knock on. They didn't mean to make all the those mistakes. And yeah, I guess same with Shane Frizzell and Sai Khaleesi. I'll talk about a bit more about Sai Khaleesi, but these guys, it's here the moment stuff. Nothing particularly malicious about whatever they did. It's just technique, and I think with World Rugby, they seem, it almost feels like Big Brother is watching the game. And again, as I said, if this is what World Rugby wants to be, then yeah, I guess it is. I mean, I guess I watch NFL as well, and I think everyone's kind of gotten used to the amount of scrutiny that everything's pretty much reviewed and all that, and that's sort of become a cultural thing in the US, but certainly in New Zealand, it's something that's, I think, we'll have to just get used to. And I mean, it will certainly put off a lot of rugby fans after this, but yeah, I mean, that's just the way World Rugby is. And I think, as I said, we can't blame Wayne Barnes and the TMO. Certainly shouldn't be blamed. I mean, there'll be jokes out there saying that they were the man of the match, but yeah, that's just the way it is. Yeah, I guess that looking back at the Sai Khaleesi incident, I think, so it was a yellow card, it was a head-to-head contact, and I think for most New Zealanders, and certainly Grant Nisbet thought it should have been a yellow to red. Ultimately, TMO ruled that there was some mitigating factor, which I think, upon looking at that again, yeah, I think he was really making an effort to pull out, whereas Sam Cane, that wasn't really so much. Yeah, that's debatable. But yeah, look, I guess, yeah, that I mean, whether even if South Africa had been reduced to 10 men to 14 men, I don't think it would have made any. I think they would have just still defended as they had, because they only had one money set, whereas the All Blacks were. I think the All Blacks. The problem with playing that style rugby is, of course, we just can't. We don't necessarily adapt to playing the sort of style that South Africa wants, and certainly the conditions and all that suited the Springboks well. So I guess well played to them. And look, I guess that's that's the way, that's the game state really. But I guess if you're an All Blacks fan, look, as an All Blacks fan, I think we now have to think, great, it was sad losing the World Cup final, but I guess if you look at even 6 months ago, if you said we'd made the World Cup final, we would have been in your hand. And I think the fact that a lot of, winning the semi-final, beating Ireland, getting to the semi-final, and, I guess playing an Argentina team, which we expected to roll over, and we did, certainly lifted the expectations, and, seeing the way South Africa struggled against England. So, but yeah, look, I think this has been a great Rugby World Cup for, all the All Blacks. I think, certainly, I think I recall 2007 and maybe to a certain extent 2003. There was a lot of expectations. Certainly 2007, we certainly had a very, very talented side that had dominated World Rugby in the years leading up to the Rugby World Cup. To fall the quarterfinal, that was a huge letdown. Whereas here, I feel this All Black side certainly outperformed their metrics. I think I did once say that, I did tip us to quarterfinals. Anything be about more than that, it would be a bonus. And of course, so we certainly made the final. Winning it would have been amazing. And I think it will hurt that South Africa now has got more Rugby World Cup wins than New Zealand. But, there's 2027 and 2021 and plenty of times to, make that up. So, but look, so that's that. So I think at the end of the day, we've got to be proud of what the All Blacks have done. And I think it's a nice way for Ian Foster, Sam Whitelock, Aaron, Dane Coles, who unfortunately couldn't had his last game against Ireland, and Sam Whitelock, who else have I? Perhaps Sam Kane, possibly, but maybe Bowden Barrett. Certainly a lot of the guys will be heading on. But I think the boys can lift their heads high. What happens with the Scott Robertson era remains to be seen, but I think we'll worry about that in about probably 9 months' time, before the next the July 2024 internationals. So that's my thoughts on the Rugby World Cup final. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, and if you like this video, if you like, and don't forget to subscribe. And final word goes congratulations certainly to the All Blacks, and certainly congratulations to South Africa on winning the Rugby World Cup.